SAfm, South Africa's news and information leader.
Thank you, Nancy. In the news, Port Elizabeth police send a strong message on crime and a Chinese journalist makes allegations on British businessman murder. Good afternoon. Police in Port Elizabeth say the shooting and killing of suspected robbers will send a strong message to those who are planning to break the law that crime will not be tolerated. Police killed 5 men who attempted to break into a brewery in the Chevrolet Street at the Markman Industrial Area this morning. They also recovered 6 handguns and a vehicle that the suspected robbers allegedly used in their attempt to commit the crime. The SABC's Olwethu Soda reports.
Members of the tactical response team followed up information on possible business robbery and caught the robbers before they could execute the robbery. 6 9mm handguns were recovered on the scene as well as a vehicle. The suspects, aged between 25 and 35 years, all died at the scene. This is a second robbery followed by police in an industrial area in the city in less than 6 months.
The Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Police says if it had the power, it would call Crime Intelligence Division boss Richard Mdluli to answer to all the allegations against him. It has told the SABC that the allegations fall outside its constitutional mandate because they are related to the misuse of Secret Service funds. Committee Chairperson Cindy Chikunga says the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence has the power to seek answers from Mdluli about the debacle. Mdluli was accused of plundering the CID's Secret Service account to buy cars and houses. He'd been suspended but has since been reinstated. Chikunga elaborates.
That one will be difficult because you will know the allegations are relating to Secret Service fund that is outside our scope. So that falls within the scope of the Joint Standing Committee on State Security because that calls for a close meeting. It also calls for people who are vetted to deal with these things. We are not. So as a matter of fact, we don't approve the Secret Service fund as a committee. It's not within the budget that we're dealing with, for instance.
The NPA says it is frustrated by the delays in the pre-trial proceedings of the 2 men accused of murdering British tourist Annie Dewani. The Western Cape High Court has again postponed the pre-trial conference of Xolile Mngeni and Mzwamadoda Gqwabe to the 11th of next month. This after Gqwabe's counsel, Thabo Ngomane, withdrew from the case due to financial reasons. Mngeni's lawyers also say they will make an application to the court to declare him unfit to stand trial after he was operated on for a brain tumor. NPA spokesperson Eric Ndabazalila.
Unfortunately, we cannot force our way and go ahead, sort of bulldoze everybody to be ready. At some point in time, it will come and bite us. We need to ensure that everybody gets a fair trial. We know about the presumption of innocence until a person is found guilty. We are being guided by the Constitution and the law that will give everybody an opportunity so that when the trial starts, everybody is ready. But I must say it is frustrating for the state.
The Constitutional Court has asked Michael Tellinger to bring a condonation letter explaining why his application for leave to appeal has been delayed. This is because Tellinger had 15 days in which to appeal to the court after the case was dismissed by the South Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg. This is the first time a layperson has been given direct access to petition the court regarding alleged devious activities of banks. Telling is taking the banks, particularly Standard Bank, to court for alleged unscrupulous activities. Tellinger says banks have enslaved millions of honest South Africans.
Banks make money out of thin air. That's it. They don't have money. They have computers. You go to the bank, you ask for a loan, they punch a bunch of numbers into a computer and they magically create money out of nothing. They lend you that nothing into your account by pushing a few buttons on the computer. From the moment they do that, you have to start paying interest on nothing that they've created out of thin air.
An employee of the SPCA faces criminal charges after she kept 125 cats in appalling conditions in her home in Underberg, KwaZulu-Natal. Inspector Jaco Pieterse says the cats on the woman's property had been donated to the local Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, but she diverted them to her own property. The cats had to be euthanized because they had not received any treatment and had all become feral. The employee will be charged under the Animal Protection Act. Moving abroad, a senior journalist for Chinese state media has alleged that Chinese authorities covered up the murder of British businessman when they realized that he was connected to one of China's top politicians, Bo Xilai. The businessman, Neil Haywood, was found dead last November.